What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Opinionated. My little nosy ass is back to speak on some more of this situation because it is like literally blowing my mind. Now, I care about your thoughts, your opinions, and comments in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you guys want to keep up with me, if you like the content, if you agree, disagree. I still care. Why? Because you guys come and stop by and show a little love. Even if you disagree, leave a dislike. You still came by. But y'all, it seems like, and I only know a few people that really kept up with Crier and Erica and J. Michael and the Prince family that talked on topics. I'm not going to name them, but it's a few that I know that was doing this, keeping up with them. That's what they chose for their content to be about. Because everyone chooses something to talk about or a person or whatnot. I don't know how to come out with it right now because my brain is just everywhere. But you get what I mean. And it seems that everybody is now trying to touch on it because they see the original people doing it. I'm seeing people that's just coming out making channels, wanting to talk about it, the way they 2 cents in, and I listen to some of them and some make sense and some don't because I don't know where they're getting at or whatever. But like I said, everyone has their opinion and stuff on things. But J. Michael is like my top one that makes a lot of sense. And I've been watching him from the beginning when he came on the scene to the pranks they do with Dariana. I'm just not around just because, this shit just came out and, I'm paying attention. No. Like I said, when you pay attention to things and you watch, just like when he touched on how Darian don't shout him out. I don't watch and sat there. Me and my boyfriend don't watch the basketball games. We don't watch the pranks to the time they went out making the damn angels in the snow. I don't know how they could have done it because that shit was cold. I don't like cold. I got to stay warm. But they went out there doing challenges like that. They made their first song to J. Michael doing his YouTube family shout outs and the cops out to get us. And we even went back to the videos he made in '09, way back when he was a little younger on stage. So I'm not around present. I've been watching, but it's on my other name. Anyways, y'all, let's just touch on this because it's just like, bam, it's coming out there. And like I said, the lady I watch, which, she got quite a few viewers that's paying attention, but she deletes it. I wish she would keep it up because, her content is good too. And she makes sense into what she is saying. But let's get back to the topic. Now, as you guys recall, Latoya told Crier, you know what my mom said. Once you fuck up, basically, if you cheating and, all the shit going on, I find out you're not doing right by me, I'm chunking up the deuces, walking away, taking you off my IG platform. You won't see me posting. You on Facebook, no IG, no nothing. But, at the same time, she probably wants to stick around to see what else is coming out. Because, Crier could be telling her, man, don't believe this shit crazy. Now, the shit that Erica said about her medical condition, I don't know if that's to be true or not true because I haven't seen no community posts with Crier saying, hey, what she said about my woman, she's lying. I never talked to her. I didn't see that because you see when when she came out with the video, the very first video, he wrote on his community post And he said the truth will be coming out soon. There will be a video the very next day when she made that. But he didn't come out with that video. He came out with a prank that Latoya did on him. And he hurried up and said, debunk that. Oh, I'm going to prove that. But when Erica put that video out, and I know they watched it. I know Latoya probably went in another room or played like she had to go to the bathroom, got her earbuds and listened. I'm surprised he didn't make a community post then. Now I can get what you guys gonna say. He's not responding to that. Ain't no one responding to negativity and all that. But he did respond when she came out with her video. And he said he was gonna prove her out to be a liar. But let's fast forward. My boyfriend mentioned something and I kind of believe it. Now, you best believe that Toya, I'm just saying Toya because I had a friend named Latoya and I called her Toya. But let's just say, Latoya is probably peeping J. Michael's videos. Who knows? She probably stopped by on my side of town. I don't know. But she's listening to everyone's insight. And I know she probably peeped D. Laurie as well. Can't no one sit up here and tell me that she is not checking out those videos. And she's not formulating her opinion. Now, as I stated, that woman that I listened to, she also said, Erica, I do believe she's scorned. I do believe she's bitter. I do believe she's crazy. And recording someone like, I find that to be, I don't know what type of motive you had by recording, but even when I got mad in previous relationships, I don't think about recording. But as I told you guys before, she knew what type of shit that was going to transpire by going back to him. And she probably thought I put all this shit out. I exposed the Prince family a little bit and I exposed what he did to me when I got this resort thing for him on his birthday. And, I'm going back. Yeah, I'm dumb to be going back. But if something happens again and he trying to bring bad to my name, I got to make sure I have some type of evidence just in case he try to come out with some shit to make me look like I'm this crazy, deranged female and I don't have nothing to back it up. We have to figure out why she recorded that. Did she do that in case he tried to bring her out to be this crazy, delusional female on YouTube and that, she ain't have no evidence? Like, what if she just came out saying, yeah, and he did this to the Prince family and that, and they're like, where's your proof? Because first thing people going to say, receipts. Where's the receipts? You guys do it. When we go to the shade room, when we see these stars come out with stuff. And we do know that people can fabricate, I can't even say the word, fabricate things and make up these text messages, because I done seen it done. I done watched Martin Lewis a few times because she mentioned him, but she said an ex-friend. I done watched the way he showed how someone could sit up there and fake messages, but you cannot fake a damn recording, especially when you know somebody's voice and you hear it day by day by day. But with D showing the messages, like one of my, main subscribers that stop by and show me love all the time, yeah, we don't know if D could have faked those messages, but what we do know is D made that video and it was like out of the ordinary. And then if you put two and two together, he did have to take Damion back. How would she know what's going on? She named the hotel. She named their favorite restaurant they used to go to in Fort Wayne. She drove from Detroit, called the mama, didn't prep the mama or anything, because she was just talking on live and she said, let me call my mama. Most people, you could see them getting on their phone and probably telling them, hey, I'm about to call you. I need you to say this. I didn't see none of that going on. What I seen was she got her mom on the phone and said, Mom, asked her the questions, and her mom just came forth. And then she's like, was something wrong with you? Did you get my text? Because she's like, no, I'm about to read it now. So that lets you know that her mom wasn't aware of anything. But with Latoya just being dragged into this, I kind of, feel bad. And I do felt like she should have kind of stayed out of it. But some women are going to be there for their man. They're going to, speak up. He's not lying, this and that, defending their man. But y'all are still kind of fresh. You haven't seen the cons yet. You only seen all the pros. You seen all the good shit. You haven't weighed in on the bad shit. And like the lady stated, where are the exes? Well, we see the exes coming out. Now, are they being messy or are they coming forth? Now, we do know that some people have been accused of things and that, they just come out of the woodworks and say something happened to them. And yes, me too. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes when people go through things and may be afraid to speak up, it kind of takes one person to come out with something, because one person may have came out and that, you didn't believe them. And then now you see someone who has been with them for not a long time, but it's long enough. And then, they have a bad history, but this time they come in with receipts. Now, I really don't like that recording shit, because I know Me Too would have been mad. Like, why the fuck is you, that's some creepy shit. Why are you recording me for? You know what I'm saying? But at this point in time, I just wonder what Latoya is going through, because right now I know my mind would be bottled up with a lot of shit, a lot of questions I would want to ask, because it's coming out being that Crier is a fucked up individual. And the fact that J. Michael mentioned that Mama Selena has tons of information, but she is not that type of person to put that shit out there, because she still has that son, and she is on the mature side of things of, let his karma hit him. Whatever happened with me and him, happened with me and him. I'm not going to put that out there, because my son still has to be in his life, and I don't want my son watching this and getting a new image of his dad, because, she wants them to still have that type of bond. Don't matter about what he put me through. That's me and him. I have my feelings and my thoughts about that. But, this is your relationship with your dad. So I can understand that. But then these other women, like I'm thinking about the Melody chick. I didn't even know he was talking to some Melody chick. But once Dee mentioned that and read out that, who's to say that this Melody person is not watching all of this, unfolding? And what if she comes out the woodworks and say, hey, Dee, can you go live and bring me up there? Let me share my experience. And I feel this is like kind of the wrong time to do this. And in a way, it's looking like, why y'all wait till this man get happy? He finally has someone that he feel like he could settle down with, he's getting serious with, and then all of y'all want to come out with this shit. Why y'all didn't come out with this when Erica the first time made the videos, when she was up there saying all this about him? Why y'all didn't do all this then? So I could kind of get why some of you guys will say, why is she waiting till now to do all this? And why is Dee bringing her ass into this shit and all that? Maybe some things, how they say, some things are, oh God, what is that saying? But sometimes things are meant to happen in a way to probably, give insight or give someone a heads up. We don't know if this could be put out here to give Latoya a heads up so she don't get her feelings involved and end up getting hurt, because Latoya seems like she loves hard. And the reason why I say that is because, like I told you guys, she was saying I love you and my baby, and she is so affectionate, and that's her man. She loves her man. You can see that she has her feelings somewhat invested into Crier. And it would be a damn shame if Crier is not that invested and that he's just thinking about this. Look, this is the bag. I got what I wanted. It's like he's trying to compete with his son. It's like a competition to him. Like, why are you competing? Your son is there for you. If you, like your son told you when you said something about the medical condition, what you need money, like how much is it going to cost? You can clearly see that he will be there for you. But it's like you hate, you are so fucking, you envy him. You want that life, and it shouldn't be him. It should be you. And you feel like with Latoya, you can get that kind of image, that family image. And when Erica said, you are just a YouTube bag, honey, that's all you are. And if you think about it, it's like two people said the same thing. Dee said, I couldn't do no videos on my channel like that because I was so busy having to put 2 videos on the Crier family. I was having to get those uploads out to help his channel build. Erica, same way. She could barely put out her videos, but she was trying to build up the Crier family channel. And you see that it built up. But like I said, it's still built up by the Prince family doing those series. Some of his subscribers, because they're a family, went over to Criers. And I stand on that because I watch how his subscriber count was. When him and Dee broke up, he was just at like 96K going to 100K subs. When he got with Erica, his subs was sitting up there going up to, he was probably like at 167, going on 200,000. But then when he did those series, I see how the shit shot up. I watch him hit 300K, 400 and something K, and then he at a standstill now with 500,000 subs. And that's what he liked, because why his revenue was going up. And you know, when you see Crier being all lovey-dovey now, I look at it now and say, is he forcing that shit? Or do he really have genuine love for that woman? Because it's like when you get on that camera, you, come here, girl. I mean, he act like a creep sometimes, but it's like he's being over affectionate, trying to lick on her and doing all this out of the ordinary shit. And sometimes I still think it's to send some shots at Erica. Like, look, I'm licking on her feet. Oh, I'm licking on her neck. I ain't never did this to you. It's like kind of to get a jab at her. And then another thing, why were you still, if I was Latoya, in this perspective, I would be like, hold up. Why are you still communicating with her? How do you know about the Mucker family, his family? Let's just say Rakan. How do you know about Rakan's family starting channels? Because if you pay attention, the brother has a channel, Mucker Gang. You got the Mucker family. Then you got Mama Mucker, or it's Mother Mucker, something like that. But Erica said only I could call her Mama Mucker. But how would he know all that? Unless, you know, he's talking to Erica. Because ain't no one just out of nowhere is going to know that the Mucker Gang and the mom got a channel unless they either watching, paying attention, or talking to the person themselves. And you already hear Crier say, oh, I don't watch our videos. We all know he do, but he say he doesn't. So if you don't watch the videos, how do you know certain information? We know your baby mama is telling you that. But why would you even be interested in that? Why would you be telling her, man, they using you. They just trying to use you to get their little channels up. Watch. Once they get up, they going to try to leave you and all that. And then Erica, my thing is, what's not clicking right with me and like your past with him and knowing what he put you through and what type of person he is that you painted him out to be. Why the fuck are you listening to him? If you sitting up here, oh, y'all, he can manipulate you and all, but if you know that, why you still allow him to? Because if you sitting up here got feelings in this, you know, invested in this man that you like and you trying to save face and all that, now you are. But once you seen him move on and you started talking to the Mucker dude and you was going back giving him conversations and he's saying, oh, he using you, like, you need to stop talking to him. Watch, he gonna try to drop you. As once he get his little channel up, he get his little subs and his views going, man, that family gonna drop you. Like last week. But for somehow you paid attention to that. Now, if you had a mind of your own, you will know that this man is trying to keep you unhappy, that this man just don't want to see you with someone. He want to see you miserable. And look at me, I'm happy. Look at you, you ain't got nobody. But that didn't click in your head. You was up there believing it. So then that goes on to say, if you will believe him saying that the family is using you, Would you also confide to him that he was kind of aggressive and abusive? Would you just put something out there to see, like, I don't know if she take it as, you know what, he giving me this advice, he's saying they using me. He still cared for me in her little mind now. We don't know. He cared for me because he cared for me enough to let me know that I need to watch out for this. I need to watch out the signs. So he care enough. So if he care enough, let me put this out here and tell him that he's putting his hands on me and that I'm scared, and see if he comes to the rescue, kind of thing. Like, even though he's with Latoya, I still can get him to jump for me, type of thing. But it didn't play out like that in your favor. Because as I'm sitting here thinking, like, if you know all this and you coming out with all this shit, and this man was talking shit about his kids, which you shouldn't have put out there. But this man was sitting here talking shit about his kids. He would dog out his own damn daughter, which I feel is fucked up, because I feel when I watch the videos with him and Margaret that she was trying to repair that relationship. She showed that that love for her dad, and that she wants to get that love. And it seemed like to me he was trying to build the relationship. But then as you think about it and analyze it, he didn't have no one else to do content with. So that's when Margaret mattered to him. That's when, he gave a damn, because he needed some content. But back to the topic, if he was sitting up here dogging out all these people, why would you sit up here and even, Latoya, to the fact, why would you even believe some shit about the muckerdoo? You should known eventually, by you telling him some shit like that he was going to eventually dog you out as well. Like, I just don't see how you can fall for that, unless, like you said, he has a good way of words. He has a way to manipulate your mind. But with somebody else with a stronger mind and knowing what they've been through, they would know not to go for that shit. And then, y'all, what about like the Prince family? Like, what do y'all think is like going to happen forward on from here? Like, I mean, they're not going to put anything out, because they always say we're not going to give nobody no clout. But like, what do y'all think is like going to happen? I mean, because he just repaired that relationship with his son. And then, and another thing, she said that I have to drag them into this. I have to bring them into this. But y'all need to know what type of shit he says behind y'all back. Y'all need to know what kind of backstabber he is. No, you wanted it to be out there, because he fucked up your relationship with the muckerdoo. So now you're trying to fuck up every single relationship he has, to Margaret, to with the Prince family, and whoever else is jumping in that shit. But back with the Prince family, and how Damion is, which I think some aspects Damion was, kind of wrong for sitting up there, because at the end of the day, if you and your wife divorced, you got to go back to your family. And when you was putting your family on the back burner and all that, Bianca won't doing that. You see, she won't going for that shit. You may have put your family to the side, stop talking to your mom, and I'm so glad now you guys got a relationship again. But you was sitting up there, I don't know if he got this ego big or big-headed, but, he was sitting up there saying basically fuck his family and all that. He got his wife, but his wife still had her family. But the matter of the fact is, they just repaired that relationship. And then to hear that recording and to hear another female come out of that he dealt with say the same thing, I wonder, is this relationship going to be done with him and the Prince family, and are they going to cut him off? Because in a sort of way, he's envy of them, and now he's making bank. Oh, I don't need y'all asses now. I don't need to ask y'all to borrow this and that. Me and my woman, I'm making this good content on my channel. And Erica said he's making like tens of thousands of dollars, 13,000, 20,000, 40,000. That's enough money to where you don't need to ask nobody for shit. But it's not enough for him, because why? He want to be at that same level his son at. He want those Lamborghinis and those Maseratis and that big ass mansion house and all that. He wants to live like that, and it it tears him apart when he pulls up over there and seeing how good they living. And you know what? Crier, he is living very comfortable himself. I mean, that's a nice house. From what he been through, and from him saying him going to jail and all that, and how he was the street dude and he turned his life around, you turned it around good. You're living comfortable. But it's not enough for him. And I mean, like, it's just she's trying to tarnish everything. It's like she want that relationship with them to end. And I don't know how the Prince family is going to feel about this, and then Bianca and all that. Because you remember, he said he don't kiss nobody ass, but he was in that house. And my boyfriend's like, no, it was a series. No, it won't. I mean, I know they did a series, but when he got back in his life, he made Damion apologize to his wife. He made her, you got to apologize to my wife and kids. And what Damion did, he suckered up and he did that shit. Now, me as a parent, I would have said, I'm not doing shit. If you want to have this relationship with me, And first of all, y'all came up with the series of Damion pretending to like Bianca and all that. So what he got to apologize about? No, it's other shit that went on behind that. They using that. Oh, you had Damion disrespecting my wife and disrespecting me, and you allowed it. No, it's something else behind it. It's deeper than that. Something else happened. It's not the Damion thing. You can't get me with that, because that's the series that y'all agreed to do. And I'm going to be kind of honest. It seemed like Damion really didn't want to be involved with doing that. Him being painted out like in his brother's wife, because that don't look right. You know what I'm saying? And I could kind of see in his face and some of his responses, it's like he was just doing it because he was being told to. So I know it's something deeper than that. It ain't got nothing to do with him liking Bianca. It's something deeper that he done fucked up, and then he had to come back apologizing. We don't know if they got into an argument, something went bad. And because, if you hear Damion gets fly at the mouth, when you hear those recordings and the one before, like last year, he is fly at the mouth. So it's something that probably happened the first time that tore the relationship apart. And then what Erica and Dee was, insinuating, that when Damion is not talking to him, he takes it out on the whole world. He is mad with the whole world. If Damion is not talking about him, why? Because that's the pathway to him getting those subscribers and getting that bank. And that's sad that he has those narcissistic tendencies, self-centered, care about himself. And that's just like Latoya. I really pray that he really does, love you, and he wants to, make this work, and he want to, have not like try to have a baby or anything, but like have a family, be a family, get married, settle down again. I just really pray, and that you are really just not that YouTube chick, because the prank she just did on him, calling him another man's name, pay attention to that video. Because it was like once he got in the car and he said, oh, you vlogging, he went into character. Now, I don't know if that prank was scripted or not. It most likely was, because, matter of fact, before I get back into that, now, y'all know that prank with him saying that he's going broke and all that? I know that's scripted like a motherfucker. I don't care what nobody say, that shit was scripted. Ain't no way in the world Latoya knew that Damion was going to say that he was going broke and all that, and out the blue she pulled out $13,000. You ain't go to no bank. You ain't go to no safe. You just had that freely hanging in your pocket like that. Come on, ain't nobody walking around. Now, we know some, dope boys and all that probably walking around, but she ain't just have that in her pocket, walking around daily with that shit in her pocket. That was a planned prank to make her look good. Like, see, y'all, she's not using me. Look what she's willing to give me. She's willing to give me $13,000. That was the save face, because the first time people was coming out with videos when he was with Latoya, and they had to sit up there and defend her and debunk everything that everybody was saying. So next thing you know, they came out with the prank about him going broke. Come on, he just bought you that damn furniture. Now he going broke. And you just had $13,000 just out of nowhere in your pocket. How you knew he was going to tell you that he was broke? And you just, I want, you can have it. Are you sure? You sure? Like, come on, dude. Come on, that's a scripted damn prank. I just had to touch on that because I've been meaning to wanting to say something about his, scripted ass pranks, but that one right there, 13,000 out of nowhere, and then Latoya do this eviction thing, but you see Damion asked for that money back. But I mean, and then this evicted thing and all that to try to show that he's a caring man. Like, come on, man, stop trying to sell it to the audience. Because when your shit starts to get fake and all that, it gets very uninterested. But back to the topic. If you pay attention to the prank she did, when she mentions the houses and all that, and what did he say? God, I got to think about it. It was on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, let me go back to talk. When she was mentioning the houses and saying how she wanted to get it, and he was like, oh, ain't no one gonna get it no time soon. And she was like, yeah, but I like, telling details about the house and all that. He seemed very uninterested in talking about that house. It's like I don't think he wants to sit up there and plan to move no time soon. Like, come on, I don't know if he's renting to own the house he previously have, but I remember he did the same thing with Erica, and he didn't even move in with Erica. He was giving Erica that same damn story that they was going to move in and settle down and all that, but it didn't happen. I don't really think he's planning on moving or, moving out his house and settling down with a house with Latoya. And it's too damn early. And I know they always say it can be love at first sight, if the chemistry is good and all that. But I just highly, highly doubt that Crier is just going to drop everything he got and move and get another house with her. Move in with a bigger house with her. I don't see it yet. Because he seemed very uninterested to talk about that. It's like he wanted to get on with the prank. Like, come on, let's get the prank. Call me another man name. Let's get this shit over with type thing. But like I said, yeah, I just don't see him trying to do that anytime soon. And another thing I wanted to touch up on is when someone mentioned, like with the D and Erica thing. Now, she did say they try to turn them against each other, and I guess maybe they probably talked it out. But what I didn't like, what D did and how Crier didn't defend Erica a while back, is when she called him and she was asking him something, and then he was like, basically it surprised him that she was calling. She was like, you know who it is? And he was like, D? And then she just went on like, why is my name? Oh yeah, that's when the same woman that I watched brought up the thing with the D Laurie and all that. And then she was like, why is my name being mentioned in some shit that I ain't even got nothing to do with and all that, blase. And then he was like, look, I don't know as well, but it's something going on. You don't know her? She was like, no. I guess they was trying to figure out why, the woman came out of nowhere making the video. And then she said something about, well, good luck with your baby because she ugly. And then he didn't say nothing at all. And I felt that was wrong because at the time, if that was your, off again, on and off again woman, and she mentioned something like that, and then your child and all that, and you didn't say nothing, I felt that was kind of, messed up that he didn't defend her in, that situation. But then D turns around when Erica goes live and she's crying and she's saying, the stuff Damion put her through and all that. She comes in the comments, and then I see Erica notice that. She was like, get out of here because, you fake and all that. What do you want to talk about? Then she come trying to be, Miss Friend. Oh, friend, I'm here, friend. Do you need to talk, friend? That's what I did. I didn't like that part because that was just real, fake. You just talked to her ex-man, whatever he was at the time, called her ugly, but then turn around when Erica goes live, you want to be a friend. Now, I just felt that right there, that shit was wrong at the time, because it was. But I mean, all this that's coming out now. And then Margaret, I wonder how, Margaret is feeling. Because, guys, as I mentioned, you only seen Margaret a few times in videos. You only seen her a few times, and that's when he didn't have no content to make. Won't nobody watching those boring ass mukbangs with him eating and telling the same shit that he told year by year. So he grabs Margaret and the kids. And then, another thing, y'all remember that son he brought down? I don't know if his name was Andre. I don't know. He got so many. But it was a video when he went and saw his son. They went out to eat. It was his son and his girl. And I can't remember if she was pregnant or not. But you ain't see no more of him. And he got a mama too. So if all these women, have some type of experience, who's to say these kids are not going to come out? And then with Margaret hearing what she's probably hearing, because she is probably peeping. Because her and Dee recently, not recently, I'm not going to say like, in the past week or so, but, months, I don't know, I'm just going to say recently, sometime this year, I don't know if it was last year or whatnot, but her and Margaret met up and I guess they went out, chopped it up and all that. So I'm pretty sure Dee done contacted Margaret, got wind of it, and then like you might want to hear what Erica is saying, because she's saying some of the same stuff that I told you, and I know you want to have a relationship with him, but Margaret, you need to start seeing your dad for who he really is. And we don't know if Margaret peeped that and then him calling her a B. I don't know, but if I was in her shoes and I heard, someone saying when that time I had a flat tire and I needed him and then he didn't come to the rescue over something simple. I ain't asked you for no money. I ain't asked you for this. All I asked you was, could you please, I'm on the side of the road. I'm stranded. And then to hear someone say that your dad calls you, don't fool with that bitch. That ain't my daughter. Disowning, that is hurtful. And then J. Michael also mentioned that before he found out Margaret was indeed fact his, that he was hearing the same thing from his wife. So, one would begin to think, and I know you Crier fans are still going to sit up there and, have his back. And that's good. Because like I said, people agree, people disagree. But Crier's image on YouTube is not that same image off. And some of these people are wrong yet to come out now and come forth, but Crier is also making himself seem, and I said this and Erica mentioned it, after I said it, that he always seems to put it out that it's the women. The women he coming into contact with that's sitting up here doing all this shit to him, and that he has no flaws, and that he is not at fault for anything. He didn't fuck up. They fucked up. They using me. And it's because, and someone mentioned this in a comment and it makes a lot of sense. He's not dealing with no one his own age. Yeah, his wife is even a little bit younger than him, but he's not dealing with no one around his age because he can't control them. And that's true. He can't control them. He deals with the younger ones because they still have some developing to do. Now, some women do mature, but it's still some that needs, to mature, and they don't have the maturity level that he does, and he can manipulate, just like Erica can manipulate them. And then when it all said and done and they break up, because they're younger than him. Oh yeah, I should have known, messing with somebody young and all that they was going to use me. I'm stupid for sitting up there, putting myself out there like that. You guys is right and all that. I don't think, I'm not going to ever do that again. I'm going to think twice about who I choose to be with. But what do you see? You see his ass move on to another younger chick. He said the shit about D, because D was younger. He said he won't gonna fuck up like that again. Then what's next? Erica. She's younger. Then he's saying the same shit about her. And then who's next? Latoya. She's only 2 years older than me. Now, we don't know how this relationship gonna play out with them. But if you saying you learned from your mistakes and all that, and that not to fool around with no younger woman, then why you not fooling with someone that's at least in their 40s? or late 30s. If you learned from your experiences with these young girls, why are you still putting yourself out there fucking with these young girls? If you feel that every time you get with them, it's the same thing over and over. You know, they're not mature enough. They childish as hell. Wouldn't you want someone mature and on your level? Is it really the women or is it you? Guys, leave your comments and your thoughts down below. And as always, if my ass think of something else, I will be back with another video. But before I go, because I keep forgetting to mention this, before I go, it's funny to me and it's funny to my boyfriend, but you guys think about it. And if J. Michael, if you watching this and you skip to the end, I want to know your input too. Do you guys think Latoya will be with Damion Crier if he was the Damion Crier that crashed Damion and Bianca's wedding? That Crier with them fucked up cornrows, had a little bit of weight on him, looked like he just got out the pen. Do you think she would be with that Crier? I don't know. It's just a little laugh. But guys, and I cannot wait to see if Erica comes out with another video at the same time, wondering if Crier is going to defend his name. But as always, leave your thoughts below. Make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you wish. Turn on your notifications if you fuck with me. And I'll be back with another video. And this is Opinionated checking out.